Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel. So last time we have seen, how to prepare for your job interview, and as I promised in the video, this time we are going to see 7 simple amazing tips to give you a job interview. Alright, so this video is going to be really wonderful, amazing. The reason being, I am going to personally share few of the experiences that I had in my interview and how I cracked it. Let's get into the video. So here is the first step, that is dress appropriately. Yes, dressing appropriately for any job interview is very important. This is again we have discussed in the previous video. If you haven't watched, please go back and watch that video. You will have very good insights about it. And second one is being punctual. So being punctual is not about being on time, rather I would say being ahead of the time. Being ahead of the time is always being punctual. Don't try to be on time, try to be ahead of the time. Again, this is another step that I have explained in the other video. I will share the link in the same description. Please take a look about that video and then come back to this video. This will add more sense to you. And then the third tip is be confident. Being confident in a job interview is one essential thing. The reason being, the interviewer, when he looks at you, how confident you look. Probably you may be giving a right answer, but if you're not confident, people don't believe you. So be confident about yourself. Even if you're not 100% right with your answer, but show up your confidence level. Being confident is one important thing that every interviewer will look forward for. And the fourth tip is be polite and respectful. Interviewer expects the candidate to be more polite and respectful. So when you are being polite and respectful, you show your attitude. So in this tip, you have to show your attitude to your interviewer that you are so polite, you are so respectful, because it is not only your technical skill that's being validated in an interview, it is also your interpersonal skills. So these sort of areas is again validated in a job interview that you have to be mindful of. The fifth tip is attract with your skills and experience. Yes, attracting with your skills and experience is one good thing that everyone can do, but most of the candidates fail. You know what? When I was attending my interviews early in my career, there was one incident where, I was just attending an interview. The interviewer was asking so many questions, and those were not my area of experience. So I was really finding it very difficult to answer those questions, and I was saying most of the time, I don't know. And at one stage, I was not answering those questions, I was keeping my confidence level high, and I was looking forward for one question which is going to be around my strong zone. And luckily, there was one question that was around my strong zone. I started to give the detailed input about the detailed knowledge, what I have learned so far to that particular question. And from there, the interviewer started to ask one more question. At one stage, he was almost having a decision that I'm not going to be fit for this role. But towards the end of the interview, he was saying he understood how strong I was in the other area, and then he was giving me an offer saying this is your strong zone, you have got a very good knowledge, probably this is the area you have to learn. Yes, we need this area of expertise also, but I trust you can learn and groom your skills. That was the feedback that was given to me. And the reason being that is, once the moment you start not answering questions, you get disappointed, you get disturbed, and you stop yourself, you bring your confidence level down. Not an issue. Job interview, if you lose even in a job interview, it's not that you are losing your life. It's just one job interview. You can pause it in another job interview. So one thing that you can keep it in your mind is any area of your own skills and experience, questions are coming in, be strong, show your skill, show your attitude there, and interviewers will like it. And then the sixth tip is be engaged. When you are attending any interview, try to have most of the distractions away from you. Let's say when you are attending an interview, looking forward for a phone call, or working on here, or answering someone, these are some sort of distractions you will have. Try to be more engaged to the interviewer. That's what every interviewer would love to see from you. Alright? And last but not the least, ask thoughtful questions. Asking questions in an interview is another area where you are showing your attitude. Most of the time, I do see candidates don't ask any questions. They are not prepared. So you have to be a bit prepared to ask more questions. See, I've done this in my experience. What I normally do is I do understand about the company, I do understand about the role, I do ask more questions about the company, about the future of the company, where the company will be in another 5 years or 10 years of time, what's the vision of the company, what's the mission of the company, and what stage they are. And sometimes I do also ask questions specific to my role, like what is the career path that I have in this company, what are the things that I could learn something new. So these are something, once you start asking these questions to your interviewer will get a kind of idea, like how curious this candidate is, how much importance this candidate gives to this particular job. So these are the kind of intention that you create in the mind of your interviewer. Sometimes when you're answering technical questions, probably they will be in a kind of mindset, okay, 60 to 70% this guy has done, can we select him or not? But to fill the gap, show up your attitude. These are the area where you can show up your attitude. When you show up your attitude, that gets filled. Though sometimes the interviewer thinks like, okay, though he is like 60 to 70% of skills having got in the technical side, this guy's attitude is good. This guy is willing to learn. This guy is willing to ask questions. So these are the things that will add up to your feedback summary, and you have a huge possibility of getting your interview passed through. So these are the 7 simple steps I've learned, I've applied, and I've seen massive success in my career, and I've taught this to so many of my friends and colleagues, and they've also found it very useful. I just wanted to share this with you all. Please do apply and share it with me, how your experience was. Thank you.